Hi guys, you are welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to learn how to cut and sew this beautiful sleeve. If this is something you are interested in learning how to cut and sew, please keep on watching. And if you are just coming across my channel for the first time, please don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and also feel free to leave your questions and your comments in the comment section. Thank you guys. So let's get started. So here I have my pattern paper folded into two. I'm drafting this on the pattern paper first so that it can be clear. You can go ahead and do this directly on your fabric. So I'm going to measure down the sleeve cap height, which is 4.5, and I'm also going to mark my elbow line, which is 14 inches, and also mark my wrist measurement, which is 25 inches, and that 25 inch is 1 inch below my actual wrist measurement. So from that 25, I'll extend it with 3.5 inch, which is the finger line. So we'll label that as the finger line, and that is how to take it. From your wrist, you measure down to the middle finger, which is 3.5, and I mark it down. Ensure to take the accurate measurement. Then I will draw out a straight line for all the measurement that I have taken. And here on this line, I will take my bicep, which is 12 inches, divide by 2, which is 6, and I mark it down. And on my elbow line, I also mark my elbow divided by 2, which is 10, divided by 2 is 5, and I mark it. My wrist line, I also divide my wrist, which is 7 divided by 2, and I mark it at 3.5. So after which, I connect the points together. And from my wrist line, I will connect this way to the finger line, and this is it for our sleeve. And here I'm going to take my armhole, which is 7.5, and I mark it out. And I'm going to create my armhole from the sleeve cap to the line as seen. So this is just it for the drafting, and I'll go ahead and cut it out. After cutting, I pin it at some spot, and I'll be using it to cut on my fabric. But before that, on that point, I'll mark ½ inch and I'll cut it out. So you mark your ½ inch and you connect it to meet the wrist line and also to the finger line as seen, and you cut it out so that it will relax on our hand when we wear it. So this is it after cutting. So I'll be using this to cut on my fabric, and this is the fabric I'll be using. I'll be using this lace fabric. It's not that stretchy, but it's a bit stretchy. So you fold your fabric into two, that way you place your pattern on it and you cut it out. So I'll be leaving ½ inch by the side, that is for seam allowance, because my fabric is not stretchy, it's not elastic. But if your fabric is elastic, if you're making use of an elastic fabric, you can cut it exactly as the pattern. You don't need any seam allowance. But because my fabric is not elastic, it's not stretchy, I'll be adding ½ inch by that side and I'll cut it out as seen. So this is what our fabric is looking like after cutting. Now I'm also going to cut out a piece of fabric, and I'm going to use it for the ring finger. So I cut mine at length 4 inches and the width should be 1 inch. It should be a tiny fabric, which is good, which we are going to use for the ring finger. So this is how I'm going to fold it on the sewing machine, and I'll stitch it down. After stitching it down, we're going to place it on our fabric like that on the sewing machine. So let's head to the sewing machine. So I will start with this part I cut out for the ring finger. I'm going to fold it in this way, the way you see me doing, and then I'm going to sew it, ensuring that it's tiny. Make sure you sew it tiny. If you can sew it tinier than mine, then go ahead and do it. So guys, this is what I have. You can see it's a bit elastic, so you can go ahead and measure it on your finger. Make sure it's not too tight and it's not too loose as well. So altogether, I make use of 3.5 inches. So I mark it and I cut it out. Now I'll go ahead and fix it on the main sleeve. So you check the right and the wrong side of your fabric before placing it. After placing it, you can use your pin to hold it in place. So for this edge, that is the hemming side, I'm going to use my bias to turn it over, and I will carefully sew according to the shape of the edge, right side facing each other. So this is what I have after sewing. So you notch it the usual way, and I'll go ahead and flip my bias over and top stitch on it. After doing that, I'll go ahead to join the side of the sleeve together with half of an inch, or better still, you can mark your wrist circumference divide by 2, which is 3.5, and you sew along all the way to the top of the sleeve as seen. After you are done with that, you can turn it over to the right side and you go ahead and attach it to your gown or your blouse, whichever one. So guys, this is the result of the sleeve, very beautiful. So you can try this out and let me know the outcome in the comment section. Let me know if this was helpful, and don't forget to subscribe before leaving. Also give this video a thumbs up so that it can reach many people. See you in my next video. Stay safe and bye.